General Douglas Haig was the hero of the Allied powers in the Great War, but his tactics and casualties under his command have caused controversy. If we want to know the truth about him, perhaps it would be best to know about his whole life. Douglas Haig was born on the 19th of June, 1861, in Edinburgh, Scotland. He was born to a well-off middle-class family. His father was the owner of the Haig Haig distillery, earning the modern equivalent of over £1 million British pounds a year. Throughout his childhood, Haig attended multiple schools. In 1880, he went to the Brasenose College of Oxford. There, he excelled at horsemanship and polo. When he wasn't able to graduate due to missing a semester from sickness, he transferred to the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst. In 1885, he graduated as a lieutenant into the 7th Queen's Own Hussars. In 1886, Haig went to serve in India. He left in 1892 to go to the Staff College in Cambridge. He did not get in due to either the failure of his math exam or color blindness, although many believe it was just because the commanding officer just wanted to give the positions to infantry officers. In 1896, he did get into college, where he studied the Napoleonic Wars and the American Civil War. In 1898, he was handpicked by Field Marshal Kitchener to serve in the Modest War. During the war, he noted that other British officers failed to properly take advantage of the machine gun, unlike him. Haig excelled at military tactics during the war. The next year, he applied for a job at the War Offices, but was instead placed in charge of the 1st Cavalry Brigade in the Boer War. Haig was on the good side of Brigade Commander John French, after loaning him quite a bit of money, about £2,500, after a failed South African mining speculation. French appointed Haig as his assistant, and the two led British forces to victory. In 1903, he was promoted to the Inspector General of the Cavalry in India. He quickly became the youngest Major General in the British Army. In 1905, he married Dorothy Maud Vivian while on leave. They later had 4 children. Also while on leave, Haig yet again pursued a position in the War Office, and again he was denied. Finally, he did make it into the War Office in 1906. At the start of the Great War, Haig helped John French to organize the BEF, British Expeditionary Forces. At the Battle of Ypres, Haig personally got on his white horse and rallied his troops. His excellent leadership in the battle caused French to recommend him for a promotion to general. On 16th of November, 1914, Douglas Haig became a general. General Haig noticeably took every advantage of planes. He ordered the Air Force to take pictures of the German lines and was able to map out the enemy forces. At the Battle of Loos, Haig helped lead the largest British attack of the war. Despite the advantage of having more ammo, use of gas, and superior battle tactics, Loos was a massacre. After the terrible loss, French was removed from command, and Haig stepped up. Haig worked alongside the French army, not John French, at the Battle of the Somme. On New Year's Day, 1917, Haig was promoted to Field Marshal. Douglas Haig went on to lead Allied forces in many more battles, but I won't go into that in this video because there are far too many to discuss here. There were, however, many setbacks to Haig's reputation. One of the worst of these was the fact that he was the final signature for executions of British and Commonwealth soldiers. This, along with his tactics in battle, usually leading to high casualty counts, caused him to be referred to with nicknames such as the Butcher of the Somme. After the war, Douglas Haig was offered various honors, such as the title of Viscount. He declined, hoping instead to get better aid for soldiers after the war. He was appointed Commander-in-Chief of the Home Forces in post-war Britain. Despite the looming threat of a general strike, Haig insisted that the army be held on reserve and not used for policing. After retiring in 1920, he went around the country giving speeches and trying to help veterans. On 29th of January, 1928, Haig died from a heart attack. Today, Haig is known as both the hero of World War I and a careless leader who led many men to their deaths. Historians ever since his death have gone back and forth on whether this man was a hero or an egotistical butcher general. Regardless of any opinion on him, it is fitting to say that Douglas Haig was the man who led the British forces to victory in the war to end all wars. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm Matthew, and I hope I'll be seeing you next time.
Goodbye, goodbye, where's the tear, baby dear, from your eye? Though it's hard to part, I know, I'll feel sick of the death to go, don't cry, don't die. There's a silver lining in the sky. PostWar, old thing, cheerio, chin chin, na boo toodaloo, goodbye.